This is going to be one of those videos with terrible editing, and I make no apologies for it because I forgot my GoPro and had to use my phone. Welcome to, well, number 3, I guess. This definitely goes against all OSHA and H&S guidelines, but this also explains why I was getting a little bit hot when I was running home. Have a look at that. The radiator is just caked, full of rust. I'm going to put the phone down quickly and just readjust with this. And we are back. Yeah, so that's radiator crud. So this is what was sitting between the header tank piece and obviously all in the radiator fins. Don't know what I've got for scale. Oh no, right. These are 1/2 inch AF heads on the bolts. So that's pretty much 1/2 inch of shit. See, 5/16 thread, and there's more than 5/16 there. It's like rusty clay. Probably make a clay ball out of this and throw it at something. Hold on. Or a rust ball. Oh yeah. Look at that. I can't throw left-handed, so going for the bin. Yep, that's left a big skid mark on my door. I had another one. Yeah. Sounds like horse shit. Feels like shit. Looks like shit. Probably shit that gives you tetanus though. It's a miracle that my engine didn't overheat. That side's not as bad, but this side is, so I've been scraping it, but the fins are properly full. So I will probably just pressure wash the fins using the high, that's a steam pressure washer I've got inside. So I'll steam pressure wash the fins and try and drive as much out as possible. Well, not the fins, the core. But yeah, this is nasty. Radiator is inside now. Obviously this was a seamless cut. Yeah, so that'll get remade, that bottom pipe. Top pipes are going to get remade as well. And it is a mess in here, but I've got some more goodies for the Detroit. So, the Autocar. 5th wheel, pick that back up. It had something stuck in it, so the guy removed it. It's a 3-inch kingpin on this, and yeah, everything's just massive, so reckon it's about 100-ton weight. New wiper motor. I was going to convert it to electric, but he had this. I've also got some new door handles, inner and outer. And the radio's playing up. New gaskets, new oil cooler housing. Got the old oil cooler. The oil cooler itself is fine, so that's been cleaned out. It did have a little wee on the floor. And then over to the truck cab. And we're at the truck cab now. another seamless edit, I'm sure. Yeah, I stripped this down last week or the week before. It's not actually that bad, skeleton wise. So the main frame, really good. Other than that little corner on that side, let me grab a torch. So that cab mount there is seized in the bolt. So what I'm going to do is gas axe that out and remake this channel section. It's just a bit of angle iron, but I'll remake that, insert a new steel tube into there, and then we'll be able to mount through it. Obviously there's a little bit there at the front as well, which is where the repair panel, which I've got at the back, is from. The original repair panel that I pulled out, that they'd sort of just riveted in badly. See that bit of floor there's a bit rusty as well, but all this is getting replaced with 2.5mm. I've got a load of steel in order that will be here tomorrow, so that'll mean I can. What I'll probably do is wire brush down the bulk of this, put some new nut certs in, and then I can bolt the floor down in the centre once I've bead rolled it, and that'll add some rigidity back to the cab skeleton, especially as I'm going to be chopping out that corner piece. And what I'll probably do at the same time is make up a couple of new back sections just here. There's a bit of rust under. Bit of rust there, not terrible, but I'm going to chop that out, and then hopefully the sandblast guy will be back from holiday soon, so I can get the whole thing done. That gusset there has got a little bit of rust too, so chop that out and replace it. I think there was one more of those gusset pieces that needed replaced. Oh, yeah, this front one as well. That's just started to get a bit crispy down there, so. Well, and it's actually missing in that section there. Get my finger through the gap. So whilst I'm with the plasma cutter out, I will do everything. Obviously dash is completely out. I've started to just chop the wiring loom up because it's not being saved. I will make that up from scratch. Air brake switches, I've left them in place, as well as the brake pedal, so I can trace the air lines. They're all under here as well on the bracket, so I know where they all go to. And it'll just be a case of buying some new 3/8 airline and 1/2 inch airline. I think there's some 1/4 inch as well. Basically buying all the airlines and just retracing them. Around the front, so this cowl's been replaced in the past. You can see here that's actually fresh. That's fresh steel and it's been rolled on an English wheel. But really badly, you can see it didn't quite fit up, and then this is where they've just used glass fibre fill, made new body lines like the one that ran along the side here, and obviously up there. There's a good, let's put the torch down. There's a good illustration there. Didn't quite line up, put on a couple of welds, and then just clagged it in filler. Yeah, you can see the way it runs along there. Obviously this was a nice tight radius at the top. No, that's not the bit of it. That is one of those two ways round. Essentially that's sat. There we go. You can get a good view of that. So they made essentially new body lines out of filler. Rather than just making the panel right in the first place, which I'm sure would have been a lot less effort. But the plan moving forward is to have the firewall as smooth as possible. So a lot of this stuff, like the starter solenoid, that's going to move into the car, inside the cab. All the wiring that'll come up through the floor instead, up behind here. Meaning I can have the whole firewall on this side smooth up to about here where we'll have the new wiper motor, and then the only stuff visible on the driver's side will be the nice new air lines. We'll clean up these brass fittings, make them look nice, clean paint, the brake pedal and the actuator rod. Sorry, no, that's the clutch pedal and the actuator rod, and same with the gas pedal, which I've taken out already, but the rod for that is still on the engine, so we'll clean that up and just paint it black, make everything look nice. Roof wise, I've started to take off the markers as well. I've got a set of squared off marker lights, which I prefer to these, because these are just cheap Chinese, Taiwanese plastic chrome. I don't know when they were put on, but they're not the nicest things. I was going to get some of the watermelon style torpedo lights, but I'm struggling to find a nice set of glass ones. So if anyone's got a set of glass ones, I'd be more than happy to buy them if they're sensible money. That's it really. New air horns will be here as well soon actually, so what I'll do is I'll drill the roof and have them next to each other, and then at least when this goes down to my friend's to get the new roof skin made, he'll have a template for where the holes are. Same with the marker lights. The marker lights are going to share the same bolt pattern as these, but what I will do, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's really annoying. See, that's the centre line of the truck, the windscreen centre line, and that light there is just slightly off centre. So I will have to tweak that one and then just make sure that the others are right. The other ones do look right, just that centre one's slightly off, which I can't really unsee now.